Hey y'all, it's Day or De La Soul. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new. And I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again because the question keeps getting asked, did I cut my hair? Yes, I cut my hair, folks. It's not as big as it was, so yes, I cut it. And I didn't do a video explaining why I cut it. I just kind of mentioned it and didn't think it was gonna be, you know, something I needed to discuss in detail. But I cut my hair because I have been coloring my hair for almost 10 years and it's held on. Y'all see that my hair is healthy for it being color treated. It's healthy, but I could just tell, and my stylist could just tell, like it's about that time to stop coloring for now. Because I just feel like one wrong move, my hair just can't tolerate any mistakes. I feel like I have to work so much harder to keep my hair healthy. Like I have to protein treat way more than I'm used to protein treating, and it's taken away from the time that I usually deep condition, and it was just becoming way too much. So I just feel like the more I kept coloring, the more it was gonna require for me to do, and eventually it was gonna start breaking off. So I made the decision to go ahead and just, it was my birthday, it was time for a new color anyway. This is not the color that I wanted, but this is what I got, and I'm gonna try to, I'm not gonna color my roots anymore, but I am gonna try to get these ends a different color that I'm comfortable living with for a year or two, just to transition out. But yeah, it was time for me to stop coloring. So that is why I cut my hair, and I cut my hair in November. I posted several videos since I've cut it, but people are still asking. I did cut it again in December, and I'm going to continue to cut it because I am transitioning out my color. So you guys will see me at around this length for the next year or two, because that's what I'm doing. I'm transitioning out my hair. You're supposed to cut it. So my new well, not even my new routine, but my new focus for my hair is growth. I want to grow my hair out super fast because I miss having big hair. I'm not gonna lie, I miss having big hair. And then when I like see my old pictures pop up on Snapchat or pictures of me on my Instagram, and I'm like, dang, my hair was kind of big. I didn't even realize, I didn't even appreciate the fullness of my hair when I had it that big, but I do miss it. So I'm focusing on growth. With that being said, on Black Friday, I took advantage of my Yellow Organics. It was like a $5 sale, $7 sale, and I stocked up on vitamins and I stocked up on growth oil. First off, with this growth oil, this is like one of my favorite scalp oils. When I was using this religiously, I felt like my hair was growing super fast. So I personally can attest to this because I used it religiously. Like I have like empty bottles sitting over there because I was gonna do an empties video, but then I decided not to, because the only reason I was doing it because I seen people doing it, and I don't want to do stuff just because people doing it. I really don't get the point of showing my empties. Like I use what I say I use, so I didn't, yeah, whatever. Anyway, as far as these vitamins, this will be my first time using my Yellow Organics healthy hair adult vitamins in the gummy form. Some years back, I mentioned this, I did use the pill ones. They broke my face out super bad, so I'm just praying that they will not break out so bad this time. I also drink a lot more water and I'm healthier, so praying that these will work, because I bought 90 days of them and I'm gonna be real sad if I cannot use them. Before I was using Curls liquid vitamins, and I still stand by these, but I just want to try something different because I'm a product junkie and y'all know I am and y'all love me. But anyway, yes, I'm gonna be trying these Mayo ones for 90 days, and I got a whole year or two before all this will be grown out, so I got more than enough time to, if I don't like these after 90 days, switch on to something else. I also want to try the Main Choices, I don't know what they call them, not main tablets, and those are the pills. The vitamins that they have in like a little package you can put in a bottle of water. I want to try those. So we'll see how, you know what, why not? I'm gonna do these for 90 days and I'm gonna do that for 90 days, and I'm gonna just see what I like best, and yeah, whatever. I'm gonna try it. Also, a part of my routine is going to be a lot of trimming. So I'm gonna try to make myself get my hair trimmed every other month because I am transitioning and I am cutting this out. I got my vitamins, I got my growth oil, I'm gonna be trimming, and what else am I going to be doing? My regular routine is really not gonna change. I feel like I had a good routine. For me to have been coloring like crazy for 10 years and my hair only fell off a couple times, and that was like early on. Y'all haven't seen me when my hair actually fell off, because there's been times where I went and got my hair like bleached, and like the next time I went to go comb my hair, like it was when I was straightening too, it'd be like pieces this long just sitting on the floor or sitting on my countertop. But yeah, I'm gonna keep my regular routine I have now, which is protein treating or deep conditioning every wash day. At this point, well, not even at this point, before I cut my hair, I was having to protein treat a lot, and that's why I was like, okay, it's time to stop, because I don't have to protein treat this much. And I had to move up from the Apogee 2-minute reconstructor to their 2-step one that makes your hair hard, and I'm scared of that thing, because if you do not need a strong protein treatment and you put that in your hair, it's gonna break off. So yeah, when I started having to use that and I could use it back to back and my hair felt fine and didn't feel like it was gonna fall off, I was like, yeah, I'm getting to the point where my hair is like severely damaged and it's about time to cut it out. So I'm gonna pretty much be sticking to my regular routine. If you're watching this video, you're not familiar with my channel, which most people who watch these videos are not familiar with the channels, but I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about my routine. I'm gonna have the videos linked in the description box. I don't want to be talking to you guys. I could talk to you guys for an hour about my routine, why I do stuff the way that I do it, but I just want to give you general information, and then you guys can just like keep watching at your own pace so you don't get bored looking at this same face for like an hour. So moisture, I feel like, is the biggest thing. As far as moisture, you gotta learn your porosity. And I know your hair is transitioning. You got a million different textures. Shoot, even after you transition, you'll have a million different curl patterns in your head, because for most of us, we don't have one curl that look alike, and it grows out the front differently from the back. This curl right here might be a tight coil. That one right there, you might be able to see the spaces, and you just never know what you're gonna get. So I know it's hard to kind of figure out your porosity when you're transitioning, because you have a clear difference between that straight hair and that natural hair that's growing in. You need to be paying attention to that natural hair that's growing in. I just said, don't be trying to hold on to them ends now. Cut them. Keep on going. Get a cut at least every other month. Go through and cut them ends. As fast as your hair is growing, you should be cutting it. You should be at a standstill the same length until all that hair is grown out. That is what transitioning is. People who their hair goes from here to there and they say they're transitioning and all of this straight piece is nothing but sitting out here, you're not transitioning because you're holding on to it. Let it go, sis. You gotta learn your porosity. For most people who have damaged hair, you're probably gonna be high porosity, and based off the responses in the videos I do when I ask people, because at the end of each video I ask y'all a question. Based off the responses when I ask people what they were doing as far as high versus low porosity, most high porosity people like to do their leave-in first, then their oil, to lock in the moisture from the water and the leave-in, and then they put an extra layer of moisture on it when they do their cream. So what that oil barrier does is kind of slows down your hair drying out, because most people who are transitioning, their hair is drying out real fast. Now it could be doing two different things at the roots and at the bottom. Don't worry about them ends. Make sure the hair that's growing in is good, because it would suck if you sat there catering to them ends so that they was looking neat and not drying out and whatnot, and then you neglected your roots, and when you finally got all that hair out, you neglected your roots so much, it's wild. You don't know what to do with it. It's frizzy, it's dry. That's pretty much damaged curls, because curls can curl up and still be damaged. Like my hair curls, but it's still damaged because I colored the heck out of it. So you definitely want to make sure you're catering to your roots and not to your ends. As far as products, honestly, products are not what's making and breaking your routine. And I know people do not like to hear that truth, but it is the truth. People want a product that will miraculously give them healthy, long, luscious, shiny, soft, moisturized hair. That's not it. It's a series of routine. If you have like severely dry hair, it's your routine. It's not necessarily the products. It's either you're not deep conditioning enough, you're not layering your products enough, and you're not using the right thing. So as far as products, because products do matter, some products don't agree with certain textures, you need to learn your density, and you need to learn your strand size. Your strand size, which is fine or coarse. A lot of people confuse fine and coarse for thick and thin hair. Like, oh, I have fine hair because it's thin. That's thin hair. Fine is like the actual strand size. And if you need a comparison, you can like take two different fabrics that you have, and you can look at the strings of them. Like this right here is like fine strings in this sweater, but the strings in my leggings are thick. So these are fine strands and my leggings are made out of coarse strands. So fine and coarse is like the actual size of the individual hair strand. Fine strands typically like lightweight products because they are thin and they don't need to be weighed down, whereas coarse strands typically like heavy products like butters and just thick creams, like the ones where you can tilt them over and it don't come out in the bottle. Coarse strands typically like those heavier products because it takes more to coat those actual strands. So that'll kind of help you out, kind of determine where you need to start going as far as products, and then knowing your porosity will help you know as far as what order I need to put the products on, because the way that you put your products on makes a big difference. If you don't believe me, one day go through and put your oil on before you put your cream, and then switch it up, and I promise you, you will see a difference. The way that you put your products on makes a big difference. Also, it's very important to know whether your product is like a hydrating, moisturizing product versus a sealant. Because if you're getting out the shower and you just went straight to your butter, which is a shea butter, which is a sealant, some people can do that. Some people are nuts and berries naturals and they can just go through and water and butter, and that works, but that's not everybody's truth. But if you put on a sealant before you put on something that hydrates your hair, and water is not a good enough hydrant for everybody, if you put that sealant on before you like actually properly moisturize your hair, then you're doing nothing but sealing and dryness. So the two things I want y'all to gather from all I just said, because I said a mouthful, is to pay attention to your strand size, fine strands, light products, coarse strands, thicker products, and then know your porosity, because your porosity, whether you're high or low or even medium, because a lot of times we don't talk about medium, but medium is typically you can do whatever and it's gonna work. But high or low, it'll make a difference how you layer it, because your hair is absorbing and drying out differently. So the next thing is protein. And how do I want to say this? There are a lot of protein rich products, but a lot of products that say protein treatment on them are not actual protein treatments. The brand that I trust, and that's my go-to for protein treatment, is ApHogee. All of their products are protein treatments. Not all of them, because they have shampoo and conditioners, but all of their products labeled protein treatment on it are actual protein treatment. You have different conditioners that different brands have that say like a protein treatment on it, or protein conditioner, or protein rich. They have a lot of protein, but if you have a lot of damage on your hair, that's not gonna be sufficient enough, because that's really a moisturizing, strengthening conditioner versus the actual protein treatment. A protein treatment is strictly formulated to repair the bonds inside of your hair that has been broken, and that's what's causing your hair to be limp, to dry out quick, whatever. ApHogee that I can think of, there's only 3 of them that they have. They have the 2-step treatment, which is the one where you put it on, you put like this loose liquid on that gets your hair really hard, and then you follow it up with a deep conditioner. Then they have the 2-minute reconstructor, which is like the medium strength level one. That's the one that I was using for years up until recently. And that one, yeah, that's a medium one. And then the third one is, I think it's called Curlific, but it's in a white jar and it has like yellow and purple writing. That one is more on the conditioner-y side of a protein treatment. It's just I would just say that was probably like a moisture rich or a protein rich. No, I'm saying it's a moisture rich protein treatment, because it's a protein treatment but it has a lot of moisture. So if you have like mild damage, Curlific. If you have very, in between, not quite, oh my god, my hair is like tragic, but if you have that, then you probably need the 2-minute, because I'll say 2-minute and people see the number 2 and just grab whatever says 2 and then pick up that 2-step one, and people have come back to me angry, and I know I said what I said and I said it correctly. The 2-minute is the medium one, it's a cream. The 2-step one is the loose thing. That thing is strong. If you do not need it, do not put that on your hair. With all 3 of those, especially with the 2-minute reconstructor, I'm trying to make sure I say it right, that's why I keep pausing. The 2-minute reconstructor and the 2-step treatment, you need to do test patches to see how your hair will respond, because I remember a couple years back, this girl was like trying to get people to cancel Apogee because she put that 2-minute one on her hair and her curls actually went from being really tight to loose. But I'm like, sis, what did you put that on your hair for? She was not coloring, she wasn't straightening. I'm like, why did you put that? Her hair looked super healthy. So she had like a protein overload and her hair got real dry and brittle, and it broke off. So be careful with protein treatments. If you can do it, and you have like severe damage, like bleach damage or severe heat damage, if you can afford it and you trust somebody, I strongly recommend going to a salon and getting a professional protein treatment, which is what I do right after I get my color. That's how I tell everybody. People say, oh, well, how do you do your color and you keep your hair intact? I get professional protein treatments right after I get my hair colored. And the professional ones are not sold to the public for a reason. They're super strong, but they need to be applied by a professional. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you leave it on just a little bit too long, then your hair can break off. But if you don't leave it on long enough, then it's not going to be effective. So you need to, if you can go to a stylist to get professional protein treatments while you're transitioning, please do so. And you can line them up with your bi-monthly cuts. See how you can do 2 birds, 1 stone. And let's talk about styling, because that's really the big struggle and where people kind of get lost. They can't find something that makes something to do with their hair that they're comfortable with while they're transitioning. Protective styles are our go-to. There's absolutely nothing wrong with protective styling. When I was transitioning the first time in 2000 I started transitioning in 2011, but I was still like straightening. I just wasn't getting relaxers anymore. I was still straightening and bleaching up until 2000 and about 15, between 14 and 16. My year's starting to run together. No, between 14 and 15, it wasn't 16. But right at that point is when I was like, okay, I want to like, I'm transitioning, but I want to get on my healthy hair journey. I want to have like curls now. So what I was doing was getting crochet braids or protective styles, wearing them for 4 to 6 weeks, and then 2 weeks in between, I would let my hair breathe, and that would be my time where I could learn how to do my hair. My stylist that was doing my crochet braids also did natural hair, so that was great. She taught me how to do a perm rod set, and if you've been following me since day one, you know for like a good year and a half, all I was doing was perm rod sets. I was like, ooh, let me get them in this size, and this size, so I can have different things going on. But all I was doing was perm rod sets. So perm rod sets tend to be like, I think, one of the best styles. It's hard for some people to master, but that tends to be one of the best styles that you can do when you're transitioning, because you don't have to worry about, oh, if I twist it, is my hair gonna unravel because I don't have a tight curl pattern, or I can't do a wash and go because it's not curling. Again, if you can find one, go to a stylist. As far as perm rod sets, you can go to one of them old school stylists, and they know how to do them perm rod sets. Like an older lady or older man stylist, they'll know how to do them perm rod sets. But do your research. Tips for finding a stylist, a lot of people struggle with that. I live in North Carolina and I find stylists just like this. So I know they everywhere because I live in North Carolina. Like, I'm not in no major state or in a major city. Use Instagram. Use hashtags to search. Whenever I'm looking for a new stylist, I'll literally type in NC stylist or NC braider. So if you live in dang on Tennessee, you type in TN stylist or TN naturals. You can even slide in some DMs when you scroll down naturals and be like, ooh, her hair popping. Hey, do you recommend somebody to cut hair? And naturals love to talk and love to share information. So don't be afraid to ask somebody that, but find a stylist that can help you if you cannot achieve a specific style when you're transitioning. And I feel like once you see that somebody else can do the perm rod set or whatever the style, ooh, flat twists are also good for people who are transitioning. I meant to mention that because it's like so close to your scalp. Your scalp is being, not your scalp, like your roots are being used as leverage for attention. But flat twists are a good style. So rod sets and flat twists will be a good style. Even cornrows, like doing cornrows and then unravel them, they'll give like some nice loose waves for somebody that's transitioning and has straight hair. So yeah, if you're not able to do those things on your own, which is hard, seek help from a stylist and let them know that you're trying to learn how to do your hair. As far as what I'm going to be doing for styling, I still have my curl pattern, so I'm going to still do all my styles, my wash and goes, my twists, my rods, bantu knots, all that stuff. So that doesn't really apply to me. Most of this video is like to help people who are newly transitioning. I can kind of identify with you at this point because really the goal of transition is to get this shit off my hair as quick as possible so I can be natural. But yeah, that's that. I can pretty much do any style I want to at this point. As far as will I color again, a lot of people are asking, are you gonna color my hair again? Yes, I am. I cannot wait to color my hair again, actually. But I'm just growing this out because I don't want I'm prioritizing the health of my hair over the actual coloring, because I would rather stop coloring and maintain a little bit of length than to keep coloring and then all of it break off, or it breaks this right here that's red. Let me see if I can kind of show y'all how far the red goes up. Can y'all see that? Yeah, that's a good one right there. Y'all can see. There's two different tones. But you see that red hair is right here. That red goes all the way up to there. I'd rather just slowly trim it and stop coloring than one day I go to that bowl and she rinsing out that chemical and all of this is just kind of slowly coming out with it. Or next time I style my hair, I'm putting them rods on and that joint just snapping off as I'm riding, because I've had that happen before, y'all. It's real, it happens. So I will color again. But if you guys have any questions about transitioning or trying to get your hair together, let's go ahead and have a whole Q&A session in the comment section. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and if you've been here for a while, make sure you cut your notifications on, because I am about to be on it with the videos. I cannot wait to get some new things and try new things on my channel this year. So yeah, have a good one. Bye.